players' names. And as I say that, Sin City, who is in black, taking on Westchester United in the blue and white stripes. Opportunity on the end. Snuffed out well by the defense. Your referee crew tonight, the man with the whistle, Parker Lemire. His first AR is Shane Richards. Second AR, which is the AR closest to us, Zach Hallett. And fourth official, Aaron Penacek. My apologies, it's actually Westchester United in black and Sin City in the stripes. Sorry for any confusion. Realized I misspoke. But thankfully, me making a mistake up here does not affect the play on the field. Sin City sends this one in. Almost an early goal. But Westchester United no worse for the wear. I will admit to you that, especially with these LED lights, bit difficult to read the numbers of the Sin City players. But they are no strangers to finals. They have, with their team, which they call a brotherhood, they've appeared in about 5 finals. And while they have not won any of them, and I'm not just talking about amateur cup finals, actually not talking about that at all, but through leagues, various leagues that they've played in. But they've never been able to win one until they won their regional championship. That brought them into this game. Nice strong tackle. That goes out for a corner kick. United with their first corner of the game. Dylan Lacey, the man responsible for the corner kick duties. Ball sent in. Bouncing around, and that's a shot! Well saved by the Sin City goalkeeper. Francisco Duran, the goalkeeper for Sin City. Sin City, a club out of North Las Vegas. Rather new to the amateur soccer scene. Could say rather new to soccer scene, period. Westchester United, however, powerful team out of Eastern Pennsylvania, has been around for quite a while. And while Westchester has had the better of the opportunities, at least getting into the Sin City box, Sin City always there, defensively, cleaning up shop. Opportunity here for Westchester United. Shot too hard. Over the goal it goes. Jack Jasinski with the opportunity. Puts his head in his hands immediately, knowing he could have and should have done better with that. He may have been falling as he was taking that shot. We did see in the game before this one that perhaps because of humidity settling on the pitch, getting a little bit slippery out there. Switch of fields from Lacey. Whitchurch plays this outside. Not much trouble there in the end for Duran. Opportunity here perhaps for Sin City playing this ball in. Nice way to get that ball turned around, however, goes right to the goalkeeper of United. He looks for an open player and instead he elects to roll the ball short. And Westchester playing this ball out from the back. And my apologies, I was just sent an updated roster for Sin City, so some of the names of the players that I even have in my hand, again, that's because of the craziness that is trying to play all these games back to back to back, not always given the correct information at the start. Goalkeeper is actually Miguel Duenas Jr., or Duenas. Free kick here right at the middle circle. This ball for Sin City. Sin City, a member of the NISA Nation League. So not NISA itself, but the amateur arm of NISA. However, they are looking to move on from that league as United looking for a goal in the box once again. Turned shot. Took a deflection, I believe, off of a defender. And that will be another corner kick. Ball sent in. Now these teams are limited to 7 subs tonight, no re-entry. Different from the women's side. If you watched that game earlier, that was unlimited substitutions, unlimited re-entries, and they sure needed that with the heat that they were facing, but it has really, in a good way, cooled off here. Much more manageable in regards to the temperature. Probably a little bit more like Westchester United is used to versus Sin City FC. Obviously, they're used to playing in the heat. And a foul called against Sin City. Westchester United with the free kick in their own half. If we can get an updated score from the other game, we will let you know that. I do believe that one kicked off at 8 o'clock, as I know the semifinal played on the Pat Jones field for the women's game at 5:30 did end as planned. That played the full 90, no extra time needed in that game. One player that it looks like Sin City may be missing tonight is David Villanueva. I bring that up because Villanueva has 5 goals in this USASA tournament. So being without your leading goal scorer, and in fact, he's tied for second overall in the Golden Boot standings. Across the field on the Pat Jones Stadium field, Tyler Bagley, playing for RWB Adria, is in fact tied for first for the Golden Boot for the National Amateur Cup. We'll see if he can push himself into the lone place as the player he is tied with. Actually, the team is no longer in the tournament. So Bagley, in a way, has control over his own destiny in possibly getting the Golden Boot for this year's National Amateur Cup men's tournament. "13 minutes into this one, score remains 0-0. Both teams with at least one decent opportunity each. Obviously, neither able to convert. Well, number 24 for Westchester, very active. Player onside. Westchester United certainly having the better of the play when it comes to attacking third football. But Sin City with an opportunity here, seeing the speed of this striker, trying to make a few moves, instead meets the wall of United defense. Specifically in the name of Dominic Boxstein. And now a quick talking to from our center referee with number 20 of Sin City. Now, number 20 is going to argue that that was shoulder to shoulder, but the key part of going shoulder to shoulder is you have to be making a play on the ball. And in this case, from what I saw, Muniz looking just at the player, lowering his shoulder a bit and going into the player, not really making a play on the ball, hence the whistle. Whatever the case, play continues. United in possession of the ball. Now, United plays in the American Premier Soccer League. Interesting how they got here. They originally lost in the Region 1 semifinals 3-2 to Christos out of Baltimore. Sin City wanting a call for possible holding of the jersey. Aaron Penacek, our fourth official, quickly walking over, making sure nobody's leaving that technical area. And this is not a penalty. It's going to be just outside, but a foul against Sun City in favor of Westchester United. And getting some reports here from our producer, who unfortunately is not here with us, but man, got to give a shout out to Kevin O'Connor. Replacement knee surgery this past Monday, and he was here this morning helping get everything set up. Well, he's also paying attention to everything too, hearing that RWB is up 1-0 just before half in the other semifinal. Opportunity here for Westchester United, but instead a foul called, perhaps offside. You almost get the feeling that if United doesn't convert one of these opportunities soon, it very well could come back to haunt them. And as I say that, a quick counterattack from Sin City. Opportunity, same two players we saw before. Everyone staying on their feet. Back to the story about Westchester United in a moment. Let's first get through this run of play. Boxstein certainly having his work cut out for him, the right back. Sin City in the box once again. I said Sun City, obviously I meant Sin City. Actually had a great uncle who lived in Sun City. So that's what I'm going to excuse myself for with saying that. But an opportunity, corner kick opportunity for Sin City. As number 20 standing over the corner. A bit of a short one, but ball lobbed into the box. All right, going back to the story about how Westchester United got here. They originally lost in the Region 1 semifinal to Christos. By the way, had their over 40s men represented here today. They ended up losing that game earlier today. So Christos completely out of the tournament. But Christos had put in their lineup a college player who they mistakenly left off their player pool. Well, that made that player ineligible. Thus, Christos fielded an ineligible player, causing them to be disqualified from the rest of the tournament, meaning Westchester United were declared winners then because of that disqualification of Christos. So then Westchester United went to the finals where they won 3-0, beating last year's Amateur Cup national champions in the New York Freedoms. Ball in the box. Very active is the goalkeeper for Sin City. Keeper looking for options, seeing he has no one, holding on to that ball quite a while, decides to send it downfield. A lot of talking from both sides in a good way, communicating with each other. Seen in this first 21 minutes of play, Sin City being okay with basically sitting near the midfield, looking to win the ball and try to quickly transition into an offensive posture. Could argue that it's more counter-attacking soccer than anything that we're seeing from Sin City. Meanwhile, Westchester United liking to spread the ball out, being patient on it, looking for opportunities to move forward but not forcing to do so. It is causing the Sin City players to have to work a lot harder defensively, but that they are doing. And just as I'm talking about the patience of Westchester United, in the end they try to play a ball long and it just goes too long. Goal kick for Sin City. So glad to have you joining us here as this score remains 0-0, but there's been action on both ends, and here is some more of that. Ball played across. United doing well defensively to thwart that attack from Sin City. Brenna's fouled. Free kick for United in their half of the field. Well, we have a number of teams in these semifinals that certainly aren't strangers to this specific tournament. RWB Adria on the other field, certainly one of those teams that have won at least one or two amateur cup championships, national championships that is. Sin City FC, a newer club, but quite dominant so far in what they have done. They had beaten Peak 11 FC 5-1, Modelo City FC 8-1, Viking FC 1-0, and then beat the Red Devils out of Utah in the final of the Region 4 Championship. That game 4-3, and I got to tell you, Region 4 has quite a gauntlet for these teams. They play their group play and semifinals and finals all in one weekend. More on that in a minute. Sin City with the shot. That is in the back of the net. And that is the first goal of the game. 24th minute of play, number 20. Mauricio Munoz. Munoz with a goal in the 24th minute. I had mentioned earlier how Westchester United not converting any of their chances could come back to haunt them. But instead, it is Sin City FC that goes on top first. Munoz has had a couple of opportunities at that Westchester United goal. And again, while that may feel like that goal came against the run of play, to me, I have to say that looks like it was Sin City FC's game plan is to come in here, stay compact, and move forward only when it's clear to do so. So a bit of a shocker for how much possession United has had. I think we got a few more goals in this one. But I've been wrong once before in my life. And there is a ball from a very dangerous place. Free kick for United. And now a bit of a tussle as Lemur, our center official, the man with the whistle, steps in and quickly gets the players to stop tussling with each other. Man taken down was Dominic Beckstein. been playing at right back for most of this half. And now a quick conversation with one of the Sin City players. As the wall gets set up. Boxstein with the ball in his hand, but looks like also lining up and maybe taking the kick. We shall see. Is number 5, Marcus Brennis. Or Brenz. Again, we are not given any name pronunciation, so we do the best that we can with the names in front of us. If you are joining us from Las Vegas or Eastern Pennsylvania, thank you so much for doing so. Las Vegas fans, you're going to be happy to know that Sin City is up 1-0 after what's been a dominant game of possession by Westchester United. Not much happening at all off of that free kick. Quick pressure from Sin City. And now Sin City retreats, going back in their defensive shell that they've been playing with this entire game. Ball played out wide. Before that ball goes out of bounds, AR on the far side calling for offside. One local team that has won a number of National Amateur Cups, Milwaukee Bavarians. Not represented here tonight. But in 2018, Bavarians did win one of their many National Amateur Cup championships. And the team they beat that evening, Westchester United FC. Team is also known as the Predators. Certainly not the type of Predator that lays in wait to attack. They have been going at it, Westchester United that is, from the word go. Number of times now we've seen United in the box of Sin City FC, but not able to convert any of those chances. Sin City with maybe 2-3 shots, putting one of those away, and that's what matters the most. I was talking about the Region 4 gauntlet that Sin City had to go through. So Friday they played one group game. Saturday they played a group game. I don't have the exact dates, but I know it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Sunday in the morning were the semifinals. And Sunday late afternoon were the finals. So in a matter of 3 days, the two teams that made it to the final ended up playing 4 games in 3 days. That is an insane amount of soccer to be playing in such a short amount of time. And considering Sin City has only been around since 2024, what an accomplishment to be here in the national semifinal. Opportunity now for United. Ball played across. And there is your equalizer in the 30th minute. Looking for confirmation on who the goal scorer was. As we continue to wait word on that, we are back to even. Ball in the box once again on United's side. And while we may have to wait until halftime to see that goal scorer, we can assure you the goal was good. No offside flag went up. It is 1-1. Some exciting action here in the first half of this semifinal. A lot of times from the press box, players, when they're in a grouping like that, can be tough to see just who got that final touch, and certainly don't want to give you any misinformation. Well, with the way this game is going, will we see another goal before this half comes to an end? Plenty of time to do so as we are in the 33rd minute of play. Westchester United finally able to convert one of their many chances. It was a bit of a shock to see Sin City FC go up 1-0. As Westchester United had so much possession of the ball. But that's one thing you do see in the modern game, that you'll see a number of times where the team with more of the possession ends up losing a game. It used to be thought back in the day that as long as you kept possession, you'd win. But more and more teams are finding out that it's not so much about the possession as it is being purposeful when you do have the ball, no matter how much, no matter how little that is. And that's certainly something that we saw in this first half with Sin City going up 1-0. But now obviously this equalizer that happened 4 minutes ago. And give credit to United for not allowing that goal by Sin City to completely put them down, but they kept their heads up, believed in themselves, and kept pushing forward, not changing their game plan at all. And now here, this will be a goal kick. United feeling that perhaps maybe they should have had a corner. In the end, we continue play on off of that goal kick. And this will be a call against number 5. Came in a bit from behind. Perhaps saving him was coming in from the side, clutching his feet in, making sure he wasn't going in studs up. And while it did look like a foul, I think we have perhaps just a bit of theatrics on the field right now. Ball sent forward. Player that was fouled was Brandon Vargas, 27-year-old. In the corner, won by United defense. Trying to spring their own counterattack. Foot race for the ball. Eventually played back to the Sin City goalkeeper. Westchester United do have numbers. Can they make it count? Another missed touch by Bachstein. My apologies. I thought Bachstein was starting at right back. He actually is up front for Westchester. Right back is number 14, Giuliano Whitchurch. Munoz, your goal scorer, on the ball. Plays it out wide. Ball comes right back to him. And now this will be a foul called against number 28, Kenneth Roby. Ball just over the half for Sin City, who plays it backward. Strong challenge, no foul called. Play continues. Sin City with a good spell of possession. Munoz sending this one to the far side. Ball sent into the box. Couple of players in there for Sin City. One with a touch. Then headed out by United, who is pushed down. Foul called against Sin City. It does look like Jack Jasinski, number 23 for Westchester United, was your goal scorer in the 30th minute. So Munoz for Sin City, and here we go, two players going at it. Munoz, one of them. Players being shoved down. Center referee calling in both ARs. Few players taking exception with the others. Going to have to be careful the rest of this half as tempers flare up. Only card shown so far was to 92 of Sin City. I believe he was the one who pushed down the United player. That is Brandon Vargas. So Vargas gets a booking in the 41st minute. We'll see if that makes him change the way he's been playing. As you do have to be careful, you still have, not including stoppage, another 50 minutes to go here. Perhaps extra time. if this score were to remain tied up. And after all that, a free kick for Westchester United. Good job by the referee crew quickly squelching those tempers, getting players separated right away. Again, Parker Lemire in the center, Zach Hallett, Shane Richards, your assistant referees tonight. Opportunity here for United, takes a deflection, and that will be a corner kick. Dylan Lacey, number 24, still handling these corner kick duties for Westchester. Does look like another yellow had been issued in that scrum. We'll see who that might be, as I hope to conference with the referees at halftime. Ball sent in. Not the best of corner kicks. Looking for a change of field, doesn't happen, but United trying to keep possession. Instead, Sin City is there. Perhaps Sin City moving just a bit too quick, but this time they are able to get a foul called for them. But at times I'd like to actually see Sin City just slow down and wait for a few reinforcements to come into the attack. They're always so ready to just charge forward. Might do them well just a few times to slow it down. Try to get some more numbers in the attack. Ball sent in, keeper does well. Not much he has to do there, but standing his ground, as Roberto Soto was the one to send that ball in the box. And now ball being played in for Bockstein is stopped as number 11, Bockstein offside for United. He might be disappointed that he got the flag. He didn't think it was offside when he got the ball, but what happened is he stepped in front of that second to last defender, or behind, I should say, that second to last defender as that ball was played, and then made his way backward. That does not negate the offside infraction. Sin City trying to still take advantage of that. Lacey very strong on the ball. And we're at that point of the game that whenever a whistle is heard, players turn and complain. And as we enter stoppage time, it remains 1-1. Munoz getting on the board first for Sin City. And then Jasinski getting on the board in the 30th minute for United. And that is a handball on number 23, your goal scorer, Jasinski. And as our center referee says the ball's got to go backwards, of course, Sin City moves it forwards by about 5 yards. Some gamesmanship there from the men in the stripes. Exciting first half here, some good football. Certainly rough at times. And now we will have another yellow card. Looks like that was on number 15 of Sin City. Martin Herrera. So this coming in the 45th plus minute. Well, at least 2 yellow cards on Sin City. Might be 3, but that other yellow card we saw might be against United. Either way, we can find out here soon, as that brings us to the end of the first half of play. 45 minutes in the books. We've got another 45 to go in the second half, but first, we are going to take a 15-minute break. Join us on the other side of the half, as we've got an exciting one for you on hand here at Uihlein Soccer Park in the National Amateur Cup semifinals. Score is 1-1, Westchester United, Sin City FC, even at the half. We'll be with you after 15. Welcome back to second half action here at Uihlein Soccer Park in the Southeast Sales Power Sports Stadium. Score between Sin City FC and Westchester United is even, 1 each. Roster is in a bit more orderly fashion to start this second half, which should mean a better play-by-play experience for all of you listening. And we are underway. And neither team having slowed down from that halftime break. But of course, complaints to the referee also do not stop. That was an arm up into the back of the head of the United player. Took a quick walk over to the other semifinal. That game remains 1-0 in favor of RWB Adria. So if we are able to get some sort of update as this game continues on, we will be sure to give that to you. But United looking for their second goal, and it does come early in this half. 47th minute, just a minute 15 seconds into the second half. That was Bachstein getting that goal. He's had a number of opportunities and is able to convert that one. A great team goal, but give credit to Bachstein for the final touch, putting that one in the back of the net right by the near post. So Jasinski in the 30th. And in this case, Dominic Bachstein in the 47th minute.
Westchester United goal scored by Dominic Bachstein in the 46th minute.
Now in the first half, it was Sin City to score first. United did not put their head down, but kept going at it. We'll see if the roles are reversed in the second half. And Sin City scoring late in their Region 4 final, getting their 4th goal in the 87th minute, that courtesy of Soto, who is out here today. Well, that broke a deadlock. Right now, though, of course, they are, Sin City, that is, looking to equalize. Strong tackle from the Sin City player. Quick whistle from our center referee. We did have a scuffle near the end of the first half, about 5 minutes before that final whistle. So no surprise that players come out playing a bit aggressive. Got quite a few on yellow cards, however. Last thing you want to see is one of these teams have to play a man down due to some silly second yellow, or even a silly straight red. I will say this game definitely has the potential for that to happen. Well, make sure you join us for all of tomorrow's games. We've got 4 on the docket. First one is at 12:30. That is the men's over 30 Tournament of Region Championship. Cheshire SC taking on 1990 Queens FC. In the box for United, number 29. Sin City FC does well to deal with that in a foot race here, which is sent out of bounds by United. Quick throw from Sin City. Player goes down in the box. Nothing close to a foul. Play continues. Second game of the day will be played at 3 p.m. Sporting TRFC will be playing Atletico Torino in the men's over 40 Tournament of Region Championship. And then for the Women's Amateur National Championship, that'll take place at 5:30. Capital Pride, who won in a shootout over Green Bay Glory, will be taking on Pan World, who beat the Rochester Lasers 6-1. So this and the other semifinal being played behind the press box in the Pat Jones Field are your last 2 games of the night. Last I checked, RWB Adria was up 1-0. And of course, we do have a draw between these 2 teams at the moment in the 52nd minute of play. Each game having their own stream, by the way, at least the ones being played at the Power Sports Stadium. We're not able to broadcast the games on the Pat Jones Field. Perhaps someday that'll change as more sponsors come aboard. Speaking of sponsors, when you don't compromise on the pitch, you shouldn't compromise off it either. Grab a Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer, as you cheer on your favorite team. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of U.S. Soccer and the Amateur Cup. Ball sent into the box. Headed out initially anyway by Whitchurch. But ball eventually goes out for a goal kick. Should RWB Adria hold that 1-0 scoreline, they will be seeking their 3rd National Amateur Cup. And along with that, that would be their 6th U.S. Open Cup appearance in the modern era, which again started with MLS teams in 1995. And I think many people are considering them the favorite because of the pedigree they have as National Amateur Cup champions. 2 previous occasions. Strong team, including a number of Milwaukee Wave players. Milwaukee Wave, a member of the Major Arena Soccer League. Player still down for Sin City. I believe that was thought it was your goal scorer. It is in fact not. That was Andre Rodriguez. At least according to the current roster I have sitting in my hand. Andy Rodriguez is the name. Taking a peek over the Pat Jones field. A lot of yelling going on, player down for RWB Adria. Just able to see a little bit of the pitch over there. Meanwhile, back here at Power Sports Stadium, counterattack opportunity on for United. Ball played across in the box. Too big of a touch. Not sure that Robinson was actually trying to play that ball across. If anything, that was definitely an opportunity to take a shot. I would like to think that that was just a missed touch that made it look like Robinson perhaps was choosing to play the cross in front of the goal, or play the ball in front of the goal. But actual intention was to try to take a shot. So Westchester United looking to make their first appearance in the National Amateur Cup Finals since losing to the Milwaukee Bavarians in 2018. And this ball errantly sent out for a corner kick for Sin City. Substitution had for Sin City. Coming off looks like was Brophy Howard. Ball at the top of the box. Sin City with an opportunity. Every single United defender with their arms behind their backs, just making sure they don't get called for a handball. Smart by them to do so. Ball ends up rolling over the end line. Goal kick now for United. Brophy Howard coming off was the first substitution that we did see. I had mentioned based on an old roster that David Villanueva was not here tonight, but in fact he is, and he is on the pitch for Sin City FC after I got the updated roster. And this is Villanueva with the ball now. It's important to note because, as I said, not only is the leading goal scorer for Sin City in this USASA Amateur Cup tournament, but he is fighting for a place atop of the Golden Boot standings as he's got 5, one behind Amateur Cup leaders. One of those being Tyler Bagley, who sits at number 6. Maybe he got the goal for RWB, not sure. That was a ball to the face. Player is down. Bachenstein, now whistle is blown. And trainer is immediately called as Bachenstein took quite a shot to the face. We'll keep our eye on this. And I tell you what, while our concern certainly is for Bachenstein, because it was a head injury, this will take some time. I'm going to take a pause myself from speaking. We'll keep the camera rolling, allow myself to get some water, and maybe an update from the Pat Jones field. I'll be back. All right, my friends, while I wasn't able to get a score update, I appreciate you staying with us in this exciting affair. 1-1 at the moment. Certainly a game that feels like it could turn on a dime several times. Ball being pulled back as restart was taken way too far away from the foul. Actually worked in the favor of Sin City. The quick free kick, which was from about 10 yards away from the spot, ended up going right back into possession of Westchester United. So Sin City fortunate to have that ball played back. Munoz, your goal scorer, winning that ball after a strong tackle from Marcus Brennis. Vargas wanting Soto to play the ball forward quicker. But here is an opportunity for Sin City, top of the box. Ball is backheeled. And in the end, offside anyway at the start of that play. Substitution now for Westchester United. Looks like coming on will be Augustus Giulini. Waiting to see which player will be coming off. And it does look like Marcus Brennis will be the United player making way. Again, 7 substitutions allowed for each side. No re-entry after you come off. And Giulini making his way to the near side of the pitch. And after the offside call, ball will restart. Axman with the kick, goalkeeper for United. And Sin City doing what we've seen so many times, just trying to rush that ball forward. First time we've seen him work the ball backwards and have a little bit of patience in quite a while. Certainly in the beginning, even throughout the first half, Sin City FC was trying to use their speed to apply some quick pressure. And while it did lead to 1 goal, United, for the most part, was not fazed by that speed or high pressure. There are times when you look out there and you're almost seeing a lack of midfield from Sin City FC. Lining up almost in a 4-2-4 at times, or even a 5-0-5. But again, this half, as they get the ball, a little bit more patient on it. Ball played in. Well won by Sin City. Backenstein with the shot. Backenstein arguing that the goalkeeper got a touch on it, both with our center referee and Zach Hallett, our AR, on this side nearest to us. But both the man with the whistle and the man with the flag pointing for a goal kick. And we'll certainly see if anything comes from this, up from this angle. Clearly saw number 9 just take out, number 9, that is Miguel Higuerera, taking out number 4, August Giulini. Giulini not even seeing him come. Not sure if our near side AR saw it at all, but I clearly saw that from up here in the press box. It was very obvious that Miguel Higuerera was doing nothing but just going for the player. Hate to see that on the pitch. Had nothing to do with the game. We'll see what happens here. Center referee checking with every ref that he has, and now he does go to his back pocket. Will this be a red card? Red comes out, and player is gone. I had mentioned early in this start of the second half how you don't want to create silly mistakes and get a silly second yellow or even a silly straight red, and that was an absolutely silly straight red. Completely unnecessary by the Sin City player. And from what I saw live, very much deserving of a straight red card. Do not know why you'd want to put your team under such pressure. Off the ball, player comes from behind. Again, number 9 for Sin City. Number 4 had his back completely turned to number 9 of Sin City. And number 9 just goes up to him and shoves him down, kicking him in the ankle. And even more shoving now. I'm not sure what point is trying to be proven, but this is getting way, I shouldn't say way out of hand, but it's confusing to me what these players are trying to prove. You've traveled this far to play in a semifinal national championship game. And we just see now off the ball after off the ball foul, one player sent off. Center referee certainly having his work cut out for him. And then to have other players complaining to the second AR, saying that that was impossible for number 9 to have done anything to number 4 when it was very clear right in front of the press box here at midfield. And this will be a yellow for stopping of a promising attack, I do believe. We'll see. Yep. Again, well-deserved yellow card. This on number 23, Jack Jasinski. Your man who got the equalizer for United. Score remains 2-1 in what is becoming a hotly tested match. We've had a couple of scuffles. We've had a red card. Players talking to each other, and even after the red card, another player from Sin City just shoving a United player down. But in this case, United with the card standing over this ball, number 80, Andy Rodriguez. Instead, ball will be shot just wide of the goal. Roberto Soto, the man with the shot that time around. Soto did get that late winner in the Region 4 championship match, topping the Utah Red Devils 4-3. Perhaps looking for the same type of goal there. Jasinski coming off the field. Smart move by the head coach of United. Sitting on a yellow card, seeming pretty hot attitude-wise, as he makes room for Tomas Ascoli. And still waiting to come on the pitch, number 22, Sebastian Perez Gasiba. Making way for him, number 8, Ridge Robinson. Robinson was the second player to be shoved down in a matter of minutes. So United bringing some fresh legs on the field, perhaps more importantly in this case, some fresh temperaments. Switch of fields for United. Ball on the far side. Bockenstein waiting in the middle for the ball. He receives it now. And before he does, foul committed in favor of United. Just keeping my eye on a few players here through the binoculars. Couple of players from each side just jawing with each other. Now this free kick will be taken. Shot, bounces off the wall. That will be a corner kick for Westchester United. Well, should this score hold, Westchester United would be making their second appearance in a National Amateur Cup final. First time in 7 years. Sin City FC, if they were to somehow pull this out as well, it would be their first ever National Amateur Cup final appearance, as this club was founded in 2024. Quick movement from Sin City, good pass. Certainly are very explosive offensively. Ball in the box now. Double team defensively. Ball is played out. Vargas sends this one in. Player goes down, no foul called. Play continues. Ball ends up flying out of bounds, and now Sin City will make a substitution. Looks like going off is Jose Gonzalez, making way for Deuce Bell, if I have that correct. United making their way into the box. Player goes down. Will there be a whistle? No, there won't. This will be simply a goal kick. '76th minute of play. We're into the final 15 minutes, at least of regulation. Been an exciting affair here at Uihlein Soccer Park. Will Sin City make it even more exciting, making their way towards that United box? Ball sent in. I believe that was Vargas. And as Perez Gasiba goes in to head that ball, there was a foul on the play. United usurping as much time as they can. Not sure if we're going to have a substitution or not. When we do, coming onto the pitch will be August Axtman, who I believe is the brother of Eric Axtman, your goalkeeper for United. In fact, Axtman does make his entrance as Luca Mellor takes a seat. Bockenstein onside. Gets a nice touch, gets around a player. Near the goal now, looking to take a shot, but instead his plans thwarted. Looks like that was Francisco Duan that made that critical run, sending that ball out of bounds for a corner kick for United. United now switching players on the corner. Again, classic case of gamesmanship, trying to waste as much time as possible. If you're on the losing end, it frustrates the heck out of you. If you're on the winning side, you love that they're doing that. That takes a deflection off of Michael Pineda. And another corner kick for Westchester United. Kenneth Roby standing over this for Westchester. Club out of Eastern Pennsylvania sends this one in. Meets the head of a black player, and ball goes in the back of the net. Men in black now up 3-1. Once again, player sliding right before he scores the goal. Don't get the opportunity to see his number. But what I can tell you, the goal was scored in the 79th minute, giving Westchester United the 3-1 lead. $11 minutes left in regulation, actually 10 and a half left in regulation. We'll see if this wakes Sin City up a little bit more. Maybe they'll take some more chances. Or was that the icing on the cake for United? Do not have confirmation of who won the other semifinal, but as I look over, I see that game is over. Ball sent forward, couple of players there for Sin City. Nice movement. Shot takes a deflection off of a United player. This will be a critical corner kick for for Sin City FC, as they are understandably in an urgent hurry-up mode. Andy Rodriguez standing over this corner. Keeps it on the ground. Top of the 18! What a goal! My, oh my! What a shot, number 17, Julio Vargas in the 82nd minute. This game is not over yet. Now 3-2 here at Uihlein Soccer Park. Well, Vargas with an eye and nose for that goal. Give credit as well to Rodriguez recognizing that Vargas was open at the top of the 18. But what a cracker of a shot. Bends it all the way into the opposite side netting. I'm not really sure Eric Axtman even saw that ball until it passed his eyes. There was a crowd of defenders in front of him, blocking his view. And by the time he was able to even catch a glimpse of that ball, as I said, it was basically in the side netting to his left. Not going to see much finer goals than that. Sin City FC, though, still has their work cut out for them. Down a goal, 3-2. But you can definitely feel the momentum shifting, confidence building in Sin City. United, though, still applying heavy pressure in their attacking third. Interesting to see how much more patient Sin City is being right now, knowing that they have just a few minutes to find that equalizer, yet they have enough time to find that equalizer. Nearing the 85th minute of play. Opportunity here for Bockenstein. He does try to play this ball across. Giulini did get a touch, but not much happening there. Goes out for a goal kick. And now Bockenstein down on the floor. Trainer quickly called out. And no, actually, trainer told not to come on. Just a quick cramp from Bockenstein. Surely that time will, even though it wasn't much, that time will be added back on. Player rolling around for quite a bit, but thankfully is okay as he quickly pops up. Looking for a card, Villanueva was. Never saw one produced. Back up on his feet, realizing his team is down. He doesn't want to waste any time. Your goal scorer in the 82nd minute, Vargas, sends this one forward. Very heavy tackle into the back of the United player. That was Munoz, who had the first goal of the night and the first goal for Sin City FC. Axman playing this out to McDade. McDade on the ball, looks to send it forward. Bockenstein had an option on the left, instead keeps the ball for himself, trying to make a run in the box. Now he lays it off shot. Great save by the goalkeeper. Ball still alive. And Sin City does well to deal with that one. .180 left in regulation plus stoppage. Another player down. Looks to be Bockenstein once again. So Bockenstein down for United. And now up on his feet, I believe, is Roberto Soto. It's actually number 30. Looked like a number 10. That's Deshaun Miles, number 30 for Sin City FC. Well, a 3-2 scoreline here. I do believe we'll have plenty of stoppage time. Being as far away as we are from the fourth official and no big substitution board, again, as you would not expect to have at an amateur event. Unfortunately, we are not able to know how much time is left, but United on the attack. Bockenstein onside, and actually a late offside flag does come up. But what a run by Ricks. John Austin Ricks, number 15 for United. Great move against the defender, but in the end amounts to nothing as his teammate was in an offside position. Well, as Sin City does try to take some chances up top, Bockenstein with plenty of opportunities himself. This one goes over the goal. Ball boy quickly throws the ball in. Actually, both ball kids do. 2 balls on the field, only momentarily, as we are 30 seconds away. Player deemed onside. This could be an equalizing opportunity. Misplayed by the striker, hitting that with his right foot, which I can only assume is his strong foot, but taking that one back. That's one where Villanueva, leading goal scorer for this Sin City FC team in this tournament, needs to use his left foot. Now into stoppage time. And if I'm seeing across the field correctly, it does look like we will have 4 minutes of stoppage. Again, if you're on the losing end, you'd love to have a few more minutes than that. On the winning end, you'd love it to be 0. Rick's trying to move this ball forward, loses it, but now wins it back again. Tries to head it to Bockenstein. And instead, Sin City just trying to find a way forward. Could this be that opportunity? Player goes down. No foul called. Miscommunication between the defenders. Player in the box, no foul there. And actually, after United gained possession trying to move forward, player from Sin City just pulling on the United player, and a free kick then ensued for United. Again, we were told 4 minutes of stoppage. We're 1.5 minutes into that stoppage. These teams are separated by a single goal. Throw in for Sin City. We thought they were fast before. We're just seeing that speed increase. Both of these teams traveling far to get to Milwaukee. Sin City, perhaps a bit farther, coming from Las Vegas rather than United's Eastern Pennsylvania trip. And that is a easy foul call. Gelini taken down. United taking their time. And now center referee Parker Lemur